With the average age of farmers quickly on the rise, events like the Young Farmer Leadership Conference have taken on even more importance. The graying of agricultural producers is something ag leaders in the state are taking very seriously, and they hope to reverse the trend. Damon Jones reports from Jekyll Island.
Just like any other industry, agriculture will be relying heavily on the next generation to help sustain it into the future. However, it's a future that remains unclear as more and more people are moving away from the farm. That's what makes this Young Farmer Leadership Conference so important.
But I mean, the average age of the American farmer now is, I think I heard the other day, 60 years old. And anytime that we can encourage young folks to get involved in farming, because it is Georgia's #1 industry, to get involved and hang around on that farm and expand farming operations to have something to pass on to our younger generations is a very important thing for Georgia.
Now, despite those stats, things do look encouraging as a record number of young farmers attended this year's event. And the big reason why is the relative stability within the industry.
But we got young people coming back to an industry that has proven itself again to be the rock of our economy. You know, you can be working in banks, you can be working in IT, you can be working in all these different places, and those people have been laid off. But in farming has been strong and healthy, and we've proven again that is the rock of our economy, and that's where the jobs are. That's where the jobs that come here and stay.
The agricultural industry in the past several years has been great. Commodity prices have been relatively high. We didn't get caught in a lot of the downfalls and some of the traps, and we're not in as dire straits, you know, as the commercial banking world is.
And while the times might be changing, the message from GFB President ZIPPY DUVALL remains the same. Get involved, and not just within the farming community, but also with society as a whole.
You know, I mentioned to them, you know, I want to see them on their county commission boards, the Board of Education, the EMC boards, all those things that touch their lives. What we're teaching them today is how they can take their talents that God's given them and take it back and put it to work for them, their communities. Because we all need to give back to our communities.
Another big topic discussed at this year's event was how to manage and operate your farm, from the production side to money management. It's information vital to these young farmers as they're taught how to keep up-to-date records while also learning from mistakes made in the past.
I mean, this is the group that is still somewhat impressionable. They can be taught right now how to start thinking about doing it a different way. They're not set in their ways. You know, a lot of times in the past, farmers are so concentrated on the production side of agriculture, and they're not paying as much time, you know, as maybe as necessary on the business side. Oftentimes, you've got farmers that at the end of the year they look at their checking account and that's how much money they made that year, and they're, you know, and maybe a little bit more attention could be paid to exactly what their expenses were and exactly what their income is for that crop or for that commodity or that herd of livestock or that group of dairy cows for that year.
So while other industries may come and go, agriculture remains very important, not only for the United States, but also the world as a whole.
You know, feeding the world is an important job, and our young people need to understand how critical their role is in everybody's life across not just this country but this world. They need to understand how important it is, and we know what is needed to provide the food for this world, and we just got to tell everybody what we need, and then we got to tell them how we support them by doing it.
For the Georgia Farm Monitor, I'm Damon Jones.